Hi, everyone. Welcome to the second week of class. First order of business is that I'm going to answer some of the questions from y'all's surveys because maybe I just realized my glasses are crooked. Maybe other people had the same question as you. So the first one is, are the office hours every week mandatory with me? No, absolutely not. Those are only there if you have a question that would be better answered in a Zoom face-to-face kind of um, deal rather than an email. An email would maybe take too long, or whatever. So no, those Zoom hours every Wednesday from 10 to 11 are optional. Also, if you can't meet at that time, then I can meet other times. My other job is very flexible in terms of daytime. I can meet almost any other day. So if you can't meet Wednesdays from 10 to 11, no biggie. Just shoot me an email and we can set up a Zoom time for another time. Next question. Do you do the Islander Identity Project or the Professional Islander Identity Project? The difference between the two is that the Islander Identity Project is to get you acquainted with the university, campus life and culture, get you to know where different buildings are, get you to be part of different clubs and organizations, et cetera, so that you're not just alone in your dorm room. Not having any friends, because that's lame. So if you are new to the campus, if you are a freshman, if you are a transfer and this is your first semester on the campus, I would recommend doing the Islander Identity Project because that one is more focused on getting to know the campus. If you've already done this project before because you've taken this class, or you're about to graduate, or you're a junior, or whatever, I would do the Professional Islander Identity Project because that one is going to have you looking forward to your career and looking to the future and transitioning from being a college student into being a professional in your field. So those are like the main differences between the two projects. So I think you should probably be able to figure out which one would benefit you the most. That's the main thing that I care about, is what are you going to get out of it? So that's how you decide which project you are doing. Um, so if you have any other questions beyond that for those two projects and which one you're supposed to do, again, shoot me an email so we can set up a Zoom conference, so we can get you going. Next question. Oh, concerned about making the events because you have a lot going on. Well, that's why they're not all due at one time and they're kind of spread out across the semester. And it's pretty wide open, especially for the Professional Islander Identity Project. There are times where you can do certain events online. If things are available as a Zoom option, I'm also cool with y'all doing things in that fashion. I'm not going to be picky about that. It's just something that you have to attend where with other people, where you see other people's faces and talk to other people. That's kind of the main thing. So if you can't make events, I'm also cool with major project things, asking in advance if you can get a week extension. I'm cool with that. Daily work, the discussion posts, those things, those I do not do makeups on. Those, once they pass, they are done. I don't have time to be going back and figuring out who turned in what and what. But the major project stuff, I'm cool with extensions as long as you let me know before they are due ahead of time. Because if you don't turn in, there's a zero in there, there's a zero in there. So really, this is just personal responsibility and growing up, y'all. Taking responsibility for what is within your realm of things to do. So if you know you're not going to be able to turn something in, please let me know ahead of time so that we can work something else out. Again, that's on major projects. Daily work, too bad, so sad. I'm not going back and letting y'all, I'm not reopening daily work and letting you guys do that stuff. So I think those are. Oh, and the last one was someone was worried about the presentation that's at the end of the semester. I mean, this is online, so you're really just going to be doing your presentation to me via a Zoom meeting. So you also have the option to record your presentation ahead of time if being on a Zoom meeting is too scary. You can record it ahead of time. I'm also cool with that. That requires different kinds of skills in a way, but whichever one is more comfortable for you works for me. Pretty easygoing. And jumping into the stuff for this week. So, we're going to be looking at the NACE competencies, the 8 NACE competencies, and looking at career readiness. So, what kinds of things that should you be doing in college to prepare you for career? And then the final thing that we're going to be looking at, which is going to be your discussion post this week, are 16 habits of mind that you can start fostering now that will greatly enable your success in life and your career and beyond. So for the 8 NACE competencies on today's class plans, I have that linked out. And let me just bring them up here. The 8 NACE competencies are career and self-development. So that's looking at professional development opportunities. Are you going to keep progressing as a person, as an employee, as a professional? Because employers want to hire people who are going to continue to evolve and expand and create and learn and grow. Um, that's an important asset to have uh, as an employee. So you want to make sure that you are constantly looking for opportunities to grow and develop yourself and your career. So what does that mean now when you're in college? That means getting to know your professors, getting yourself involved in different organizations and clubs, getting, networking, those kinds of things. You can start doing that as a freshman. I've had professors I had as a college freshman that helped me with letters of recommendation later on down the road. So you can start from the get-go. Communication is the next one. That's, looking at being able to effectively communicate in all different modes of communication, including professional emails, including Zoom meetings, including face-to-face communication. So if you're scared of people, now is the time to start getting used to having face-to-face conversations with professors and people who are maybe a little more further down the road than you are, is just being able to have the confidence, look at people in the eyes and those kinds of things. So that's the second NACE competency. The third one, critical thinking, being able to think outside the box, challenging what you know or think you know, um, looking at, how to solve problems, those kinds of things. So that's the third NACE competency. Next is equity and inclusion. Those are kind of like bad words these days, apparently. But really, all it is being able to get along with people who are different than you. Because in today's evolving world, that is something that is very important to be able to do, especially if you grew up with people who are only like you. It's really good to get out and know people that had different experiences than you growing up. Next is leadership, and that's looking at being able to lead people, obviously. Being able to go beyond traditional methods of leadership, being a role model, being able to motivate and inspire other people, encouraging people, building trust, etc., etc. Professionalism is the sixth one. That's something that's really important. That goes down to things like showing up on time, getting your work done on time, dressing professionally. All of these are very important things to learn how to do so that by the time you graduate, you already have those things in place. So if you're constantly late to classes, you're constantly asking to turn your work in late, I would say this is definitely an invitation to look deeper into why you handle things in that way, because that's probably not going to fly in your future career. After that, teamwork, being able to work with a bunch of different personalities to get projects and things done. Guaranteed, you're going to be working with other people, most likely. So, being able to get everything done that you need to get done for your work with others is important. That comes down to things like listening, active listening skills, which you can start developing now for sure. After that is technology. So keeping on the up and up with whatever technology is important in your field. Being able to quickly adapt and learn unfamiliar technologies, et cetera, et cetera. So those are the different 8 NACE competencies that I'm going to have you look at this week. And you're going to have to read those and understand them to be able to do your homework for this week. So please, I have those linked out on today's class plan, so please read through that. Next thing I'm going to go over is the different identity projects. So either the Islander Identity Project or the Professional Islander Identity Project. So the regular Islander Identity Project, that's again is if you're a freshman or if you're new to the university. Or if you haven't done that project before, it's just a good way to get acquainted with the campus community. And for this project, you're going to have to pick 5 different events where you go out into the campus community and get involved. And for each one of these events, for the Islander Identity Project, you have to take a picture while you're at the event. If you're on a Zoom, you can take a picture of your laptop. That's also fine. But when you're at the event, please make sure to take a picture because that will be part of the grade. And you're going to be writing a little event like reflection at like just half a page, so no biggie. These events, I mean, going to them might take a little bit of time and effort, but the after work is not that much. It's just half a page reflection and the picture. So the different events you're going to be doing for the Islander identity is Networking 101. So I just want you to go to any event on campus that is going to require you to talk to other people your age. Okay, I just want you to start getting to know people. It can be literally anything for that first Networking 101 event. And then there's reflection prompts after that you have to answer, involving, of course, the 8 NACE competencies we just talked about. The second event you'll be doing for the Islander Identity Project is attending a student club or organization meeting. So you can look on iEngage. You can see what different campus clubs are and organizations are around. I'm not going to make you, go Greek or anything. But just find something that's of interest to you. There's all kinds of stuff on campus. There's even a K-pop group. So there's clubs for almost anything out there that you can think of. So I just want you to find one group that is of interest to you or that deals with your major and attend that. You don't have to join the club or the organization. I just want you to go and check it out, get your feet wet, talk to some people. The third one, I want you to attend either a cultural or a sporting event. So it could be intramural sports. It doesn't have to be an actual, Islander sporting event. It could be intramural. Or it could be a cultural event. So we have Hispanic Heritage Month kicking off. I know there's going to be a bunch of events for that coming around. And if you just look through iEngage, there's all different kinds of cultural events going on as well. So that's the third one. And then the fourth one is going to be an active service. So I want you to, at some point in the semester, find some community group or some group on campus that does community service. There's beach cleanups. There's all different kinds of community service that you can do. So it's something that gets you out in the community, helping someone out, serving others. And then there's reflection on that. And then the fifth one is a faculty interaction experience. So I want you to pick someone that is not me. And I want you to, one of your faculty members, and I want you to either go to their office hours, go and ask them a question about something you're lost about. I want you to have some kind of faculty interaction that you'll be able to reflect upon that just causes you to come face to face, because I know professors can be scary, so maybe don't choose the scariest one, but someone that you'll be able to talk to um, and get some kind of face-to-face time with, just so you start getting used to being around your professors. They're people too. They have legs in their pants. Sometimes you'll see them out in shorts and it's weird, but I just want you to go talk to one of them. And then there's a reflection after that. Okay, so that's the Islander Identity Project. And then I'm going to go over right now the Professional Islander Identity Project. If you're a sophomore or up, or if you're just someone who wants to really start focusing on their career, this one is more forward focused, less college, more professional. So same thing with the previous one. I want you guys to take pictures. If it's a Zoom thing, you can take a picture of your laptop. I'm cool with that. But with this project, you're going to be looking at professional things that you can get into. So the first one is also a networking 101 event, but I want this to be something a little more focused on. That's my dog. Focused on your professional community, whatever your major is, like a mixer or something like that. Next, second event is a professional organization exploration. So there are all kinds of groups on campus. Haas. Oh, it's the Prime delivery guy. I bought a book. So professional organization where you have to get involved with people in your major or your future profession. So obviously with nursing, you would go to whichever nursing, if organizations are on campus. He's about to go crazy. Next is developing intercultural competence. So this one is just like the other one. I want you to go to some kind of event on campus that just has you explore culture that you're not familiar with. Just like the other one, you're also going to be doing an act of service that's going to make you get out into the community and serve others. And then finally, your last thing will be a work ethic interview where you have to find a professional in your field, or it can be one of your professors and you're going to be interviewing them about their work ethic and how they got to this point in their career. What did they do to be successful, et cetera, et cetera. So all of this is stuff that's fully drafted out within the project descriptions that's linked out on class plans today as well. And I also have some homework for you there called Identity Project Events 1 and 2. So for this, I just want you to hop onto iEngage and start looking at which 2 events you will be able to turn in first. So you're going to have an event due week 4, and you're going to have another event due in week 7. He'll stop at some point. And it doesn't matter which events you do when. You can mix them all up. They don't have to be in order. But I want you to look at which 2 things might fit for your first 2 events. So hop onto iEngage and start checking that out. And then the final thing for this week is the discussion for week 2. And in this one, I'm going to have you go over different habits of mind. And I have that linked out on discussion 2 for this week. And what I want you to do is just pick 2 habits of mind that you feel that you already cultivate, that you're already pretty strong at doing. Like maybe you're really good at persistence and you're really good at striving for accuracy. I don't know. Whichever one's your strongest, pick your 2 strongest. And then you're going to pick your 2 weakest and discuss them. And if you happen to be a junior or a senior, I'd really like for y'all to discuss which habits of mind you wish you would have worked on more, now that you're about to graduate, and looking back, like what would have helped you. And maybe also discuss which ones you did foster that really helped out a lot. You have a lot of perspective for the freshmen that are in this class. And then if you're a freshman looking ahead, which ones do you think you probably need to focus on the most to be successful in college? So that's all I have for y'all this week. Hopefully you could hear me through my dog barking. Um, and if you have any questions, please, please, please do not hesitate to email me. I will answer you back as fast as I can. I hope y'all had a good Labor Day weekend, and I will see you next week. All right. Bye.